pulling down the heaven. Gonna reach up, and then we're gonna breathe out and drop down. So breathe in, breathe out. We're breathing with our abdomen, not with our chest. Breathe in, feel the inner joint of your abdomen. Breathe out one more. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay. So what we're trying to teach you here is to turn your body into an efficient hydraulic system. Your lymphatic system is a passive system, so you have to actually move to make it work and flush all the waste from your body. So we're going to do pulling down the heavens again, but we're going to do like a different level 2. So what we want to do is we're going to reach up. If you are, it's like you're yawning, you're reaching up, you're stretching. It's like your middle finger is trying to touch the clouds. You're breathing, trying to breathe in with your abdomen, and then as we breathe out, we're going to sink down. And now we've got like a big beach ball, and we're like squeezing the beach ball. We want to bend our knees as much as you can. Once again, your knees will tell you when to stop, but we're stretching. We're opening everything up. If you are concerned about if you don't have balance concerns, you can lift your heels off the ground. You're trying to get everything open. Fluids coming out of all the crevices and joints, and then as we compress, we're squeezing this ball, we're compressing the lower body, we're pushing those fluids into our torso, where our lungs, we breathe them out through our lungs. We breathe out most of the waste in our body through our lungs. So we're going to breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. This is also by lowering our hips so when we go up and down, our bodies stay straight. So we don't want to do this to lower. We want to keep our back straight, sink our hips. That compresses. We engage the glutes, the calves, the thighs, and that squeezes the waist. We want to get rid of those fat ankles by squeezing all the fluids out of the lower body into the upper body. Okay, this is the last one. So this one, we're going to sink down. We're just going to hold for a few breaths. So we're here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Shoulders relaxed. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're going to come up. Now, we want to also engage, whenever we do any movements, we're doing Qigong, it's different than exercise, so we want to engage our mind. So how do we do that? With our eyes. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another level of pulling down the heavens. What we're going to do is we're going to bring our hands up, but this time we're going to bring one hand up in the back. And then what we're going to do is our eyes are going to focus on our middle finger. That's our power finger, as everybody knows. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn to the other side. And we turn to the other side. You focus on that finger. I'm going to turn around so you can see this better. And we're going to sink down as we breathe out and then come back and come up. So from this side, so what we're doing is we're coming up, looking at our back hand. We're stretching. Once again, we're stretching, turning. Turn whenever your body tells you how much you should turn. And then you're focusing. Now you switched your focus onto the back finger. You're breathing out. We're compressing that lower body. And we're going back to the other side. We're coming up. All right. We're doing great. Here we go. So breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Focus on that middle finger. Focus on the other middle finger. Compress. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, so now we have to do We don't want to have like one side of our brain really big and the other side all dried up. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on the other side. Stand on the other side, look over the other shoulder. You're going to breathe in and then breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. I lost track. I was watching. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right. Okay, so that's pulling down the heavens, but we're learning to focus also. What we do is we have 3 wake-up exercises you can do anytime during the day. We do that both at the beginning of our class every time. It opens up the joints, lets fluid flow through, energy flow through. First one's called Shake the 9 Gates. As we get older, energy withdraws from our appendages and goes into our body. So we have to get energy and blood to go back out to our hands and our feet. So what we're doing is we're shaking loose. We're trying to throw blood out to our fingertips. And then once you get some blood going out there, now we're going to just really loosely shake our bodies. So you on your shoulders, or like you're trying to lift your rib cage off your organs and drop them down. Want to pull in your stomach tightly so your organs don't get jostled too much, and we're having a little bit of controlling the organs dropping down. So we're just going back and forth, really loose. If you want to bring your heels slightly off the ground if you can, and drop down so there's a little shock wave goes through your body. We're trying to get the skin to move over the muscles to move over the bones, and everything to open up. The 9 gates we're opening up are the hip, knee, and ankle, shoulder, elbow, and wrist, and upper, lower, and middle back. A little bit more. Just really relaxed. If you're just going, you should hear, Bring hands up. Throw any energy we have out to the fingertips. Okay, the second one is we're massaging internal organs and waking up our spine. So what we're doing is we're turning our shoulder back and we're looking over our shoulder. Our hands are hitting, this is called dragon shakes and whiskers. If you can, so once again, we want to engage our mind. So we do that by using our eyes again. So you pick a point behind you and you look and you focus immediately. So you want to be able to get back that ability to focus on an instant. If you have enough flexibility, pick a point right behind you and then use the same point for both eyes. Each turn. So just do a few of these. It's really light. We want to keep the body erect because we want to be turning the spine around itself. So you're opening up the spinal column a bit you don't want to be bent because you'd be putting a lot of stress. So try to stay straight. Doing it now. Once again, this is the same one. We're going to do we've got our spine to go this way. Now we want to open it up. What we're going to do is we're going to reach for the wall, reach for the ceiling, going to breathe in, and then you're going to reach for that wall over there. You're trying to push a thumbtack in there. So you want to come up whenever your shoulders are, but if you can, you want this. You don't want to be twisting. We're trying to get our spine into a crescent shape, so you want to be having your shoulders against the wall as you lean. Even if you can't get your hands up when you're leaning, you can lean this way without turning. We're trying to do a crescent pose. So we're going to breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Just relax into it. Breathe in, breathe out. So we're trying to open up. We're trying to actually get the rib cage to move a little bit. We want the ribs to move in the spinal column, just slightly. There's not going to be a lot of movement, but we want to make sure that it's your spinal column, your rib cage stays flexible so you can breathe properly. When the problem is you grow older is you're starving. You're starving because your body is not getting enough oxygen. So a lot of the movements that you do in Qigong and Tai Chi have to do with breathing. Going to do one more each side. Breathe out. And then breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, so I'm not wearing red. The fire season organ, it has different organs associated with. This is the heart. What you want to do is there's too much fire, so we want to calm ourselves. So they have what in Chinese medicine they call what are called healing sounds. They're kind of the natural sound. What do you say? Like you're under stress, you just got to release it. You go, oh. Or you see something beautiful. So first, just put your hand on your chest. We're going to say H-A-A-A. But what you want to do is you want to find a tone. So when you say you feel some vibration in your chest, so you want to change your tone. So that's it for me. That's my there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up, and we're going to reach, and then as we breathe out, we're going to sink down a little bit. We're not getting really low, but we're sinking down a bit, and we're taking that energy and we're pushing it into our abdomen. But we're going to say the sound because we're trying to release the energy in the heart. So breathe in. One. If you watched, I sent out a 2-minute Qigong this week. It was regulating the heart. We'll do that movement, which is the same thing. We're here. This hand comes up. We have cool, red's the color of summer, so early summer. So with this cool, it's pink ball of cool energy, what we're going to do is going to open the window. So this one, we pick up the ball of cool energy. This hand, we open the window. And then, so we breathe in. And as you breathe out, we push that cool energy onto our heart. And then we take the hot energy of all the anxiety in our heart and any kind of overheated emotions or thoughts, and we're going to push them out the window. Then we're going to come up, open the window on the other side, pick up the ball of cool energy, and we're going to, as we breathe out, we're going to sink down. So we'll just do one more of those. So open the window, and then breathe out. So now we're going to use our sounds. We open the window, pick up, and then open the window on the other side, pick up the ball. Open up, pick up the ball. One more. Open the window, take the ball of energy, sink down. So you can use that if you're listening to music, or you can use that as a meditation. What we're going to do is we're going to use another sound called what. Why? And what we're going to use that is we're actually going to use it to, like I said, when you breathe out, you breathe out most of your waste through your lungs. So what you want to do is you want to have your lungs not only, last week we did some movements for expanding and contracting your rib cage, so you have the flexibility there, but you also want to, if you're not breathing in now deeply, there's pockets of stale air with stale waste in it. Plus also then when you breathe in, because there were those pockets of stale air, fresh air can't get in there. So you want to expel all those pockets of waste. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a movement that's similar. It's called monkey leaps from tree. What's going on is reaching up, you're coming up slightly, and then as you're gonna, so you're kind of reaching like for a vine, but then you're gonna kind of drop down and loose. So you're reaching up, this opens up your body, and then you're dropping down. What you're trying to do, so be careful if this is the first time you do it. You can just be doing this right now, but if you're up, when you're opening up your everything and you're lifting your rib cage and then you're dropping down. Now your rib cage is dropping down and causing your lungs to compress, and we're trying to get that to push out any of that stale air. So breathe in, and breathe in. Okay, that's level 1. Level 2 now is you're going to make a tiger claw. So that's, you do that by, it's like you're holding a ring. So in your hands, let's see here, your hands are like this. So they're not clutched all the way up, they're open. It's like you're holding a ring. So what you're going to do is that you're going to come up, and then when you drop down, when you do it the first time, your hands can just come down, your rib cage drops. This level, when you come up, when you drop down here, there's lung points here. So if you hit them, see, they make you cough. So if you just want like that, be careful if you haven't been doing it. So if you hit, you can feel like you have to cough. So what you want to do is, you're coming up, and when you drop down, your hands hit those points, the back of your tiger claws, and then at the same time you're dropping your ribs down, you're coughing. So that's in. Okay, so that's level 2, and level 3 is you do all the things up to level 2. But what we're going to do is we're going to make a tiger face. So right now, if you breathe out, keep your mouth kind of just natural. But now make a tiger face. And you see, when you breathe, it's much easier to get all the air out. So all you're going to do is we're going to come down, and then we're going to say wah. So we're going to open our mouth. So we're coming down, and we're going to be wah. You want to open your mouth so the air can get out, and we're also expelling with the sound. So that's going to expel it even more. So we're coming out and wah, 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 wah. So if this is your first time, you can stay on level 1 and just lift and drop the rib cage. But if you can experiment, because you don't want to hurt yourself. But so see this gets, what we're trying to do is, like I said, trying to make this explosive, this compression, implosion, I guess. Try to make this implosion, which is going to drive all the stale air out of your lungs, and that'll let you breathe better. All right. What we're going to do is, I just wanted to review something, because it's good all year round. It's a winter practice. It's a water practice, and it's 2 things. It's following the energy flow through your body, and then the other one is bone tapping. So what you want to do is throughout the year, you can do bone tapping. And what happens is as we get older, our bones become more brittle, and they lose some mass. So you want to tell your body, there's something called Wolff's Law, and what that says is if you stress your bones, basically, your body thinks that, somehow your body realizes that, and so it starts building up your bone density because it knows that your bones are under stress and it wants to protect your body. So we artificially do that by hitting ourselves, and this is causing like micro fractures when we hit ourselves, and that's going to build up over. It won't do it in one day, but if you do it every day, do your bone tapping over a course of a year, it should help your bone density. So first we'll just do a couple of times, then I'll explain some ways to remember. First we'll do our hand. So what you do is you start on the back of your hand, and you start tapping, tap up to your shoulder, then you come over, then you can make more like a bird's beak. And when you do your collarbone and down to your sternum, when you do over your sternum here, that is stimulating your thalamus, which is trying to augment your immune system. And then you're coming down. So, and then when you go up your arm, you go up the front of your arm to the fingertips, turn it over, come back. So here we want to, these bones here are flat bones. If you stimulate them, they build white blood cells. This is your thalamus that stimulates your immune system. We want to at least do some rubbing here because this is where lymph glands are. We want to get that fluid flowing. As long as you're doing something, we might as well do multiple things at once. The bones in your hands are round bones, and they create red blood cells. So this is stimulating them. Plus, so we're trying to get more cells, red and white blood cells created at the same time, building our bone density. So this is something you can do. So, okay, so we're going to start here. We're going down our arm. We get to our collarbone. Now we're tapping with our fingertips, coming over, then hit our ribs, get those lymph glands, come up. Now when we get to the fingertips, instead of turning our hand over, we're going to tap the back of the other arm. Come up to our shoulder blades, tap sternum, get those ribs, lymph glands a couple times, back up. Get to the top, go up to the back of the other arm, down. Okay, I don't remember which way to go. When you go later this afternoon, you're going to go, I want to do bone tapping, but I can't remember which way to do it. Okay, so the way you do it has to do with there's a yin-yang energy flow through your body. I found it really hard to remember, but they have certain things that help you remember. So all we're going to do is we're going to stand here, just put your arms up like this. Okay, and this will be the sun. So I've got my back to the sun. See, so everything that's, the sun is up in the heavens. The heaven is yang energy. It's heaven and brightness. Yin is earth energy and is darker. So what we're doing here is everything that's in the sun is receiving yang energy, and yang energy flows from the sky to the earth. So everything that's in the light is going to go from, in this position, from like here, my fingertips to my shoulders, and then from my hips down to my heels. And then when I'm coming up, when I'm hitting the other side of my body, it's coming up from the earth and going up to my fingertips. So if you stand like this, and you can remember, the sun's behind you, so all of this, you're going to be tapping down, and then when you're going up, the front of the body goes up because it's coming up from the earth, going up to the heavens. Okay, you can practice this by doing this. We're gonna do a quick meridian washing. I'm gonna go down to my ankles. So if you have, like I said, if you have any kind of blood pressure problems, or if you're worried about your balance, you could just stop when you get to the knees. But otherwise, we're gonna reach down to our ankles. So we're just pushing. We're not doing the tapping now. We're just pushing the energy around our body. You can do this one of my teachers says this is the way when he takes a shower, this is the way he washes himself, because you might as well have an energy wash as well as a physical wash. So we're here. So what do we do? We're coming up the back of our arms to our shoulders, coming down to our sternum, going over, up. And we're coming down the back of the other arm, because if we were up, that would be the back. Here, going down our chest, out to our fingertips, because that would be, if the sun were behind us, this would be in a shadow. Okay, so now when we get here, we can do that 3 times. So we're here. You can do it breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to switch just to we're energy massaging. So what we're doing, you make a fist and you go on your right side and you come up the right side, go across, come down. And so you're pressing. So we're rotating, we're going up the right side and down the left side. Make sure that's what you're doing, because that's the way contents flow through your intestines. So you want to come here. Just going to do 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's our stomach and our intestines. We did a little energy massage. Now we're going to put our hands around on our kidneys. And we're just going to rub our kidneys. We want our kidneys be warm. Kidneys, as you might imagine, kidneys and bladder, they're your water organs. You want to keep them warm because water is the source of life. So we're rubbing there. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to run our hands, our thumbs run down the seam of our pants, and our hands run down the back of our legs. So those are yang meridians, and so they're in the sun because our back's to the sun. So therefore, when we rub them, we go down to our feet. We get to our feet. Now the front of our body's in the shadow. We come up. When you come up, you don't want to arch your back when you come up. You can hurt your back. So you can round, you can pull in your pelvis, bend your knees, and then you come up one vertebrae at a time to unfold everything. So you don't want to be doing this because you can hurt. You want to be bending your back there. Okay, so just going to do, so we'll just go through. So that's going down your hands, thumb on the seam, your hands go down the back of your legs, get here, and then when they come up, they go up the inside of your legs. That's where your yin meridians are coming up. The energy's coming up. They're in the shadows. Okay, one more time. Down and up. So you can also, just like we tapped our arms, you can tap. It's good to tap your legs because those are the biggest bones in your body, and so you're going to get the most. It's the easiest to tap your arms, obviously, but tapping your legs are the biggest bones in your body. So when you tap them, you get the biggest bang for your buck. Or your butt, I guess. So here we go. So what you can do is you can start by hitting the heads of your femurs. 1, 2, 3, and then you can hit your legs. You can hit your knees. You want to make sure that your knees are stable when you do it, so you don't want to be hitting them in. They should be. You want to be hitting them, and then you can actually rub there. There's meridians around, healing meridians around your legs, and then you're going to go down, depending on how much you can stretch, go down, hit. You can even hit your feet, and then you come up once again when you get to the knees, do a little bit extra, and then when you get here. So your lymph glands are, a lot of your lymphatic system, a lot of the connections are here. So when you get here, these are called your quads. You can rub them to try to get lymph fluid flowing out of your legs into your body. So once again, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. And hit this. So got 1 minute left. So we're just going to do the wash. We'll do 1 round of tapping for your body and 1 round of energy washing. So here we go. Tap up the back of your arm, get to here, make a little bird's beak, hitting the flat bones, coming here, hitting those lymph glands coming up the back, or the front, back of the other arm. Here, a little bit energy scrub there. rub our kidneys. Now tap. Three. Rubbing, and then if you just want to do the washings, so you're coming up, wash out, up the other arm. You can come here, you can get these going, rub your kidneys, want to get heat in your kidneys. That's where your life started, it keeps you going. As we get older, you lose your hydration in your body, so you want to keep that stimulated. You never have enough water. So now we just go down the back of our legs, come up the front of our legs, and rub here. Okay. Oh, look at that. So, usually I run over at least 15 minutes. So that's kind of what we're doing today. That has to do with feel kind of tingly, so I guess it works. So that's moving energy around your body, and you can tap. What you can do is if you're just starting, you should just lightly tap your arms. Say, as you get used to it, you can tap harder. I'm not telling you to do any of this. You want to stay at whatever level. You don't want to go past your level and hurt yourself. But you can hit. I don't see any of them here. Hold on 1 second. So this is a important piece of training equipment. It's called a sock. You can get them, you can look for them in stores. You put mung beans in there and then you tie it up. So what you can do is you can tap with the mung beans. Gives it a little more force. Once again, you can also, build up. You don't want to hurt yourself, but you can also build up. So you can just tap, you can use it like as a hammer. And then once you get to the point where you're hitting yourself pretty well with it, we're all going to go to the Shaolin Temple. There you hit yourself with bamboo sticks, and then you hit yourself with metal rods. It's called iron body training. It's going to be next year. We'll all go to China.